I didn't believe myself either. That's usually the only difficulty that we have throughout our lives. Every single person, we come into the world and we want to do something, we want to succeed, we want to accomplish something, but then we have this disbelief that goes on. Sometimes it's fear, sometimes it's uncertainty, sometimes it's insecurity. And I thought about that because I was writing an article that I'm going to publish in a place, and I was saying my first encounter with fear and insecurity was at 12 years old. That was my 12-year-old self, because I heard something that made me think something was wrong with me. I was, and then I started to believe that, and that I couldn't do this thing I was told. And I've always been the kind of person that if you tell me something like that, I have to kind of work through it. I have to kind of figure it out. But it plagued me for my entire life, from the time I was 12 years old. And then some 40 years later, though, I took that thing that they told me I couldn't do, that I really didn't believe in myself, and I turned it into $1 million business. And that happened again in 1978 when I was living in Chicago, and the company I was working for moved me to New York because they wanted to figure out what I was doing that I was causing my business to become so successful. And I didn't know. I couldn't tell them at that time because I didn't know what I was doing. And this went on for so long. I had many other businesses, I've done many other things, and then I changed because I said I figured out something. What I figured out is that my problem was my mindset. And then I took every course, I did everything that all people do, and I went to mentors, I had a coach, I did all of those things. I even went to a therapist for a long time. I did all of that. But then it changed in 1988 when I started receiving other information, which was cosmic, which was universal information, when I sat down every single day and meditated and received this information and transformed my life. I walked through everything. I changed from being, from all the illnesses and diseases, I healed them all because I started to understand mind-body connection. I started to move through other blockages because I knew that they were all mindset and I just needed to be patient. I even healed cluster headaches, which are told that you said you can't do that. That's not possible, but I did it because I understood it was only mindset. I did so many other things like that. And then in 2021, I said, wait a minute, maybe I figured this out. Maybe I can give something to everyone else and they won't have to go through what I did. Because see, I'm 72 and I struggled a lot, and no one needs to do that. And so let me see. So I put out a program in 2021, and that time I called it 4 Weeks to Your Best Life because I just wanted to see. I wanted to test it. I've always done that. With everything that I put out, I will test it first to see the results that I might get. And I was right. I believe myself now, because what I've created is a mindset course that can change your life, that can take any person to success, that can move them beyond your fears, your doubts, your belief in failure, your insecurities, all of those things. You will no longer be angry. You'll no longer blame other people for your existence because now you have autonomy and you have control and you're empowered. Well, yeah, I know I've done all of that, but I didn't know for sure if someone else would be able to accomplish that, and they did. One person had something, that they were working on for 35 years and couldn't get through it, and they'd done everything else. And with this work, they did it. And then another person, I wanted to test it again, and so someone came into the program that I'd never met or didn't even see. They never even showed up at the weekly coaching calls, and they transformed within just a month. So then I decided I know that I have something and I have to put it out there now. And so I've done some other things that are going to get a lot more exposure. But what I've also done, I wanted to make it more available to more people. So now I've created something within the program that anybody can join. But only join if you really want to become happy and successful. Because see, some people will stop. You have to understand, you might be working through some old issues and problems that have been within your consciousness for a long time. We have to use neuroscience, because we have science now, to understand how this works, but we use that to move you beyond that so that you can live the life that you're supposed to have, which is one of happiness, joy, abundance, and having everything that you want. And that's what this work brings to you. And I can say that because I'm living proof of that. If I could have moved through everything that I did, I know that anyone else can do it. But again, if you're going to give up, this may not be for you. If you're going to just stop when you get to a difficult part, because that's what a lot of people do. You uncover something, oh, I don't want to look at that. Yes, you have to, because see, that's the thing that's been holding you back in your life. And if you don't look at it and start to resolve it, nothing changes. And I want to really work with those people who want to succeed, who want to really offer what to the world what they came to do, because every single person was born with something within them that's of value that they could use to create an incredible life if they could uncover it and then start to believe themselves. And that's what this work does. So check it out. But just know that we are going to be moving through some periods in our world, because I'm also a mystic and a sage. That's why I could get this information. However, just know that we're going to move through some little difficult periods. However, if you're working on yourself, your life is going to be brilliant. And you're going to add to the resolution of all the chaos that's going on in the world as well. That's how this works. But you can believe yourself, because you were born with something you're supposed to do.
I haven't done anything like this.
It's increased the confidence that I had in myself.
Everything is better. I mean, every single aspect of my life. My income, the progress is just amazing. Like, you can see changes from week to week.
Introducing your last development program, Life Transformation for Success, the newest part of Roger Burnley's coaching series. In this 3-month online program, you will learn the mindset tools you need to dissolve the shame of your past, discover the gifts within you that make you important to the world, and get the confidence to rise above anything that stands between you and the life that you want.
Everything changed in my life. Everything. Every single thing.
It's time for you to reprogram your mind for success and become self-actualized. If you're ready to transform your life too, learn more at yourlastdevelopmentprogram.com today.